Hello, future legal professionals. Welcome to Licit World, where we break down complex legal topics in the easiest way possible. Today, we are diving into part 3 of the Indian Constitution, which covers fundamental rights. If we are preparing for the AIBE, this is a must know topic. So, get your beret and a notebook ready because we are going to explore these essential rights that protect every citizen of India. Let's start by understanding why Part 3 is so critical. Fundamental rights are like a shield protecting us from the arbitrary state action. They guarantee that we as citizens can exercise certain rights freely, such as the right to life, equality, and freedom of speech. These rights are the foundation of democratic India. Remember, without these rights, our society could fall prey to oppressive rule and injustice. Article 12. Who is the state? Article 12 defines the term state. It tells us who is bound by fundamental rights. The state includes the government, parliament, and all local authorities like municipalities and panchayats. Statutory bodies or government controlled board organizations like the BCCI, Board of Control for Cricket in India, might also be included if they perform public functions. Important case: Z Telefilms Limited versus Union of India. The BCCI was found not to be a state under Article 12 as it didn't discharge public functions. Article 13. Laws inconsistent with fundamental rights. Article 13 ensures that any law made by the government that violates fundamental rights will be considered void. This article empowers the judiciary to examine whether a law is consistent with fundamental rights. So, if a law passed by the legislature contradicts these rights, it cannot stand. Key doctrines. Doctrine of eclipse. A law in violation of fundamental rights becomes dormant but not completely nullified until the conflict is resolved. Doctrine of severability. Only the unconstitutional portion of the law is struck down, not the entire law. Now let's break down the rights guaranteed under part 3. These rights are spread across 7 major articles. Articles 14 to 18, right to equality; 19 to 22, right to freedom; 23 to 24, right against exploitation; 25 to 28, right to freedom of religion; 29 to 30, cultural and educational rights; 32, right to constitutional remedies. Now, in-depth explanation of Articles 14 to 32. Articles 14 to 18 says right to equality. Article 14, equality before the law and equal protection of laws, meaning no one is above the law and laws should treat all equally. Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. The government cannot treat individuals unfairly based on these factors. Article 16, equality of opportunity in public employment. This means no discrimination based on religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth when it comes to government jobs. Article 17, abolition of untouchability. It's illegal to treat someone as inferior based on caste. A revolutionary change to say the least. Article 18, abolition of titles. No more titles like Sir or Dam. Our constitution ensures that titles that create unnecessary hierarchies are removed. Now, Articles 19 to 22 says right to freedom. Article 19, 6 freedoms: speech, assembly, association, movement, residence, and profession. This empowers you to speak freely, join associations, live anywhere in India, and work in any profession. Article 20, protection against self incrimination and double jeopardy. This ensures you cannot be punished for the same crime twice. Article 21, Right to life and personal liberty. This has evolved to include privacy, education, healthcare, etc. through judicial interpretation. Article 22 protects the rights of arrested persons. You cannot be detained without a reason and have the right to be informed of your charge. Articles 23 to 24 says right against exploitation. Article 23 prohibition of human trafficking, forced labor and child labor. The government ensures that no one is exploited for economic or personal gain. Article 24 no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed in hazardous industries. This ensures child safety in workplaces. Articles 25 to 28 says right to freedom of religion. Article These articles protect your freedom of religion, ensuring that everyone can follow, profess, and propagate their faith. It also protects institutions from state interference. This is an important case. Shirur Muth case defined essential practices in religion so that practices inconsistent with public order and morality can be restricted. Articles 29 to 30 says cultural and educational rights. Article 29 any community or group can preserve its language, script, or culture. Article 30 minorities have the right to establish and administer their own educational institutions. This protects their cultural identity. Now, Article 32 says right to constitutional remedies. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar described this as the heart and soul of the Constitution. It allows citizens to approach the Supreme Court directly if their fundamental rights are violated. Now, how to tackle AIBE questions from Part 3? Understand the key concepts. The more you conceptualize and link these rights with landmark judgments, the better. For example, remember how Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India expanded Article 21 to include the right to personal liberty and due process. Practice with past papers. You will see that AIBE often tests you on practical application, how courts interpret these rights in real life cases. It's not just about memorizing, it's about understanding. So there you have it. Fundamental rights are the very bedrock of the Indian Constitution and a cornerstone for democracy and justice. Understanding them thoroughly is essential not just for your AIBE but for your journey as a legal professional. I'll be back soon with more parts of the Constitution. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Licit World for more in-depth legal content. Let's ace this together, one law at a time. Thank you.